Welcome to Bucks Live Postgame, presented by Freighter-Dan, the Medical College of Wisconsin. Thanks for sticking around tonight. Pfizer Forum, big crowd on January 1st of 2022. Going home happy because the Bucks start out the new calendar year with a big win over the Pelicans here tonight. And the Bucks using a 3-ball to perfection in this one. They hit 23 of 48. Bobby Portis had 4 of them on his own here tonight. And Drew Holiday had 40 the last time these two teams hooked up. He's got 21 here in this game tonight. But this one on the stat line belonged to Giannis, his second triple-double of the season for Giannis Antetokounmpo. We'll talk about those numbers and plenty more here. So we welcome you to the Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all sports desk. Craig Kashan and Steve Novak on board. Giannis, impressive night, 35, 16, and 10. Add a couple of steals, and only the 5th Buck ever to have a 35, 15, and 10 game in Bucks history.
It really is impressive, especially when you think about the fact that he just came off of COVID 4 games ago, and 3 of the last 4 games have been 30-point, 10-rebound games. It is kind of remarkable to think of the performances he's putting on, and obviously it's nice to see a little matchup against New Orleans with Giannis this time instead of last time, which was an overtime thriller where the Bucks just didn't have enough. So Giannis, obviously you add him into the mix, it's quite a big difference.
Indeed, and Justin Garcia, our buddy over at WTMJ and the Bucks Radio Network, digging that little nugget up here. Just the 52nd time in NBA history a player has had a 35, 15, 10 game. So that's pretty impressive stuff for Giannis. We're going to look at his game coming up in just a moment here. But first, we're going to get our post-game interview. Grayson Allen standing by. He had a big game. He's been kind of quiet offensively. He's with Zora Stevenson.
Grayson, you contributed to the 48% mark that you all shot from the three-point line as a team. What led to all those open looks?
Giannis had 30-something for himself, so when he attacks the paint like that, it gives us a lot of open opportunities, and we did a great job of moving the ball, too, and driving, kicking, and all that stuff leads to good open shots.
You knocked down the shot that gave Giannis his 10th assist. What's it like when a triple-double is in your hands?
I didn't even know that, so I'm glad I didn't, because there would have been a little bit more pressure on it.
It's been a couple games since you knocked down multiple three-pointers. What helps you when you're trying to get your groove back when it comes to your shot?
Just keep shooting it quick. Don't think about it. Just let it go and keep moving and hunting threes.
We've talked about how people underestimate your ability to get to the rim. Do you think your own teammate DeMarcus Cousins was surprised at that reverse layup in the third quarter?
Yeah, he said something about a week ago or 2 weeks ago that when I made a move to the basket, he was like, "You got that?" So tonight I had to look at him after I made that reverse too.
Happy New Year. Thanks for the time.
Happy New Year.
A lot of athleticism we saw tonight from Grayson Allen here in this one. He had 4 threes, 16 points. A lot of good moves, and helped with the assist total with Giannis tonight, Steve.
He really did. And it's nice that he didn't know, but it's also nice, like you said, that he did knock it down, or it would have messed up Giannis's triple-double. Of course, it's not all his fault if he would have, but it's fun to see these guys having fun out there like Grayson was tonight. And he just does such a good job of being a constant threat out on the court. There's games where he's a little more quiet, games where he goes off, like the last game against New Orleans where he knocked down 7 3-pointers tonight, 4 3-pointers. There were so many guys involved spreading the floor, knocking down shots. A part of those 23 made 3-pointers. So it's good to see those guys smiling, having some fun in the fourth quarter when Giannis is done with all the dirty work and everybody gets to shoot up some bombs.
It is fun, though, when you know it's coming as a fan on the broadcast as well. And final numbers for Giannis here in this one: 35 points, 12 of 18 from the floor, 16 rebounds, 10 assists for him in 32 minutes, 27th career triple-double for him, second on the season for Giannis here in this one. And he also hit a couple of 3 balls, Menard's big money moment.
You know, he's just constantly on the attack. And I think as a fan, you just get used to watching him be this good. But just to think the focus that it takes for him to be in Florida for a couple nights, putting on a show. He flies home. He had just come off of COVID in Boston at Christmas. He puts up a huge night and probably isn't feeling all the way himself. And then here he is again tonight with a triple-double, having a little dance right there, feeling pretty good about himself. But he's just always in attack mode, always so focused, always making the guys around him better. Sometimes it's by him being on the attack and doing exactly what he does best, being on the attack. Other times, getting other guys involved. But it's just a blast watching this guy play.
So a 35-15-10 game for Giannis. Kareem had 3 in his Bucks career. Terry Cummings also had 1. It's only the 5th time that has happened in Bucks history. Now, Drew Holiday had a big 40-point game against these Pelicans just a couple of weeks ago, and a tough overtime loss for the Bucks down in New Orleans. Tonight didn't need 40. Pretty steady hand, 21 points for him, 6 assists, couple of blocks, couple of steals, playing on both ends.
Yeah, playing on both ends, and I think it's just cool to see Drew Holiday using a little physicality right there. But the last game, like you said, Craig, against New Orleans, he had those 40 points, and he was so assertive offensively, understanding there was no Giannis. He had to take over that game just a little bit. Tonight, you see a totally different Drew Holiday, still able to score the ball, still able to pick his spots, score his 21 points, be a heck of a player offensively, but he's distributing. He's being a defender. He's really running the team, and obviously when you got a guy like Giannis out there, it makes a big difference. But to see Drew be able to be in those different roles is pretty cool.
One of the main scorers for the Bucks, Chris Middleton, not in action tonight for Milwaukee. So who gets to step up? Maybe Jordan Nwora got his turn. And tell you what, you look at that point total, big smile on his face. We'll talk about it all coming up next.